Hey guys, mahal everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In this video, we're doing another top 4 characters before the level 70 era hits, and just to let you guys know, this will be the last top 4 pre-level 70 era characters because Global DFFOO is actually going to be entering the level 70 era very soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyways guys, for this one, we're going to be talking about the top 4 red crystal users before the level 70 era actually hit. And again, I want to give a big shout outs to ItsOmar7 as well as my bro Lidz87. They helped me compile this list, and this list is based on not only their knowledge but as well as, personal experience with some of these characters as we have played them throughout Global DFFOO. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with our number 4, which is going to be Final Fantasy II's Furion. So Furion did get a rework, and he does have very powerful self-sustaining abilities, especially with his first ability, that blood weapon. He also has efficiency now because he not only batteries the party, but he also deals a fairly decent amount of overflow damage, which is pretty good. And then if you have that EX, it just makes him even better because that EX, not only does it have a fairly fast charge rate, but it's 100% AoE HP damage, and that is really good when you're dealing with, let's say, a tough fight where there's actually going to be more than one boss present. And to top it off, Furion himself has really good longevity, and this is the reason why I put him at my number 4 for top 4 red crystal users. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to number 3. This one's going to be another 35 CP legend, like my boy Q always says, Final Fantasy IX's Freya. So Freya, first of all, has a good aura that she provides to the party in the form of a framed buff. It's very similar to Lena's. It does give the party an HP regen based on 10% of their HP, which is pretty good. She also has a very high damage output and a strong overflow with her second ability, and even though she lacks an EX, her kit is very well built for the current Cosmos era in the game. And like I said, she's that 35 CP legend, so she's very budget friendly, so then that way, if you're a new player, if you're free to play, you could just get her 35 CP from the weapon token shop if you actually have those saved up. So she's very good, a very strong character for the current Cosmos era, which is why she is number 3 for my top 4 red crystal users. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our number 2, and this should come as no surprise to anybody. This is Final Fantasy IX's Beatrix. So Final Fantasy IX is 2 for 2 here. So Beatrix, first of all, was our very first global first character. We global got her before JP actually got her. She provided us high damage output, first of all. Like, her damage output, especially when she first came out on Global, was through the roof. She has longevity and a strong overflow. Longevity coming from her HP attacks, because her HP attack plus was actually a pretty good option if you were running out on Thunder Slashes, and even Thunder Slash had some pretty good usages. And then afterwards, she also had great overflow with Thunder Slash. She was a good option as a battery, and with a powerful frame buff to the party as well, because whenever you use Thunder Slash, you would be giving your party that framed buff, and then as well as using the Saint Claws to battery our party and also increase our defenses. So she was also really good for that. And then to top it off, that Clim Hazard was really powerful when it first came out. It still is really powerful up to now, so this is the reason why Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX is going to be number 2 for top 4 red crystal users. Now I do have an honorable mention who happens to be from Final Fantasy IX as well, and this is going to go to Kuja. So Kuja, when he first came out, man, this guy was crazy. He had powerful AoE damage, and his stackable framed buff allowed his abilities to essentially hit harder, with his second one hitting twice. And then when you have his EX, when he got his level 60, and let's say you pull that EX, his damage became even more consistent because it allowed that stackable framed buff to stay, because what would happen is that every time you use the plus version of his abilities, that frame buff is going to be dispelled. But with that EX, it makes his damage output more consistent, and this is why I put Kuja as an honorable mention. And the reason why he is only an honorable mention on this list is because right when we started to see characters that had that overflow, that had stronger hitting abilities, that's when Kuja, kind of started to fall off. But he was still a really solid unit for magic DPS, and this is the reason why he is an honorable mention for my top 4 red crystal users. Now, number 1 is actually going to go to Final Fantasy X's Jecht. So yeah, Jecht is going to be our number 1 for our top 4 red crystal users. This guy brings brings us massive damage output and overflow first of all, and he got this with his rework. He also has an extremely powerful, very extremely powerful Brave regen with his framed buff, and that Brave regen really complements his second ability because, as we know, his abilities get better when his Brave amount is at a certain, number. So his second ability being able to trigger twice just makes him even better, and then afterwards he has a really powerful EX that charges quickly that is also AoE, and to top it off, this guy is like another fire-wielding character, so anytime a boss is like weak to fire, Jecht is like a really good go-to. He just has such a high damage output, which is the reason why he is going to be our #1 for our top 4 red crystal users before the level 70 era hits. Alright guys, well this is going to conclude this video and this series. Hopefully I'll be thinking up of another series that I'm going to be doing when the level 70 era actually comes out to global, which like I said again, is going to be coming out soon. I'm super excited anyway, so that's why sometimes I just lose my words at times. But thank you again for watching, guys. Looking forward to making some more content for DFFOO, especially when that level 70 era hits. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal, everyone.